Hello and welcome to the first inaugural Bussy Boys Battle Boi-Ale mid-season update. It's June. It's July, actually. So I thought it would be a good chance to just take a look at where the league's at right now and kind of take a look towards the future and see what's coming up. So first off, there's really loud applause right now, but you can't hear it because I can't get the thing. Like I put a loud applause effect on that, but it didn't work. You can't hear. Anyways, doesn't matter. Okay, so first off, our we're starting off with our agenda here. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna discuss the league overview, just how we're doing, what's going on. After that, we're going to have a little discussion about our revised dispute resolution process for the league for 2026. We're going to look at the new rules for 2026 that we'll be instating. And then we'll have a prize announcement at the very end. How exciting. You might see me looking over at the preview over here, but I'm trying not to. So let's start off with our league overview. It's been a good year. It's our first year, which is fun. I'm assuming that everyone is having a blast. I'm loving it. No one's mad. Everything's fine. So first thing, great news. Everyone has completed their mandatory counter pick. So good job, everybody. If you don't counter pick, you lose everything. So good job completing everything, guys. No worries there about anyone losing all of their hard work. Next up, everybody except for Dane and Corey have some open slots. Not a lot of open slots, but there's a few where we still need to pick. So just don't forget in the second half of the year to fill out your roster. Make sure you've got everything done. Also, just a friendly reminder, since we haven't had any yet, that trades are an option. We can trade with each other. You can trade just straight money. You can just buy a game from someone, but you also can trade games themselves, like game for game, or you can even do two games for another game, including release things. I believe I'd have to double check that, but yeah, pretty good stuff. Next up, we're going to take a quick look at some power rankings. Our friend Goku is no stranger to power rankings, so let's just review here where we're at right now as of just this minute. Of course, you boys in first, in actual as well as projected. Pretty fun stuff. Very exciting. Very happy. We still have some budget here. Everybody's still got some budget except for Dane, who did blow everything on Final Fantasy Tactics. But I also allowed him to pick it up, which was very generous of me for just saying, a lot of people talking shit, saying that the commissioner is not taking this seriously and is colluding. Just heads up that Dane wouldn't have been able to get FFT if not for me. So I feel like it's a pretty nice thing to do. Colin second, projected to be fourth though, pretty big difference there. John currently in third, projected to be in third. Classic John, very steady guy. Joppy in fourth, projected sixth. That's probably due to the damage dealt by the Nintendo Switch Welcome Tour. Some might say that I led him astray on that one. Just a difference of opinion, in my opinion. Dane currently in fifth place, took some heavy losses from some games recently. Projected to be in second after everything he has releases. And running it up on last place is Mr. Corey, the slot master himself. A lot of his shit is AAA. It's not going to be out till the end of the year. Having said that, he's projected to be in fifth. You can see here on these released trackers in the middle there that there's quite a few games to come out for some of us. Corey especially, only having 3 games released so far. So I took a look at average points per game. I was kind of wondering, looking at who is doing the best per game right now, even though some of us might be in first place, might not be. Who's doing the best picks per released game? And here we are. So we see Josh at 76.778. I've got an 82.143, respectable. Colin doing quite well, 83.833 points per game on average. , at 81.667. We're going to skip over that next one and then go down to Corpy. He's 86.333 repeating. That is skewing pretty high. Dan kind of looking a little funky. So I looked into the numbers here. I was like, what the hell is causing Dan's average to be so low compared to everyone else? And it's the fact that he's the first person to lose points on a counter pick. That's definitely going to change in the future when John gets absolutely hammered by the F-150 Harrier known as Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's going to get absolutely crushed. Sorry, John. Sad to be staring down the banana bullet, but it is what it is. But Dane already has been destroyed by Death Stranding, so it's really affected his average. We'll have another check-in on this average per game because I think it's a pretty interesting figure. We'll take a look at that later in the year. Next up, we have got our revised dispute resolution system. So a lot of people saying that there's collusion occurring. A lot of people saying that I'm ruling unfairly and playing favorites. It's just not true. Dane is never my favorite, and yet I still gave him something, which was very nice of me, I thought. So I think I'm a great leader, and I think I'm perfect as I am, but just to make sure that we don't have any problems in the future, we're going to be implementing a blind vote for any sort of decision that needs to be made. So if, for instance, let's say you hypothetically used all of your money in the first week because you don't know how to read, in the new system, that dispute, instead of being just decided by me, would go to a blind vote. I'm going to use strawpoll.com for this and create a vote that I will then make public after the fact, but no one, including me, will know who voted what way. Hopefully this should prevent any further accusations of collusion and restore your trust in the commissioner, me, because you should trust me, always. All right, new rules for 2026. So I really wanted to shake it up this year because I feel like we're a little soft this year. Like, it just seems like, it's just not that impactful in the way that I wanted. So we're going hardcore mode. This is designed to provide more consequences for your picks. There's no more infinite drops for non-released games. And also counter picks are locking your drops. So what that means is right now you have 2 drops for released games or games that will release that year. But when a game is delayed out of the year, you have infinite drops. We're done with that. There's no more of that, okay? I think that's weak. And if you fuck up and you pick GTA 6, you're going to pay for it this year. Additionally, counter picks are going to lock your pick. What that means is that even if you have remaining drops for non-released or will release games, if someone counterpicks you, you just got chump checked, buddy. You're getting nut tapped and your game is locked. You cannot remove it. You're done. Now, additionally, I noticed we didn't have any trading so far this year in the 6 months the league has been running. And I want to incentivize that. So I was trying to think of how I could. It's not going to be point-based, but we're adding the Cadabra clause. Trades are incentivized. The first trade allows you to punish the loser from the previous year. So whoever loses 2025 will be subjected to punishments. For 2026, I've decided that in the Discord, you will be able to change their name for 1 week. This only works for the first trade for every person. So if you successfully negotiate a trade, you're rewarded with being able to choose whoever loses his name for a week in the Discord. This will just affect the main chat channel. Obviously, I'm not going to do it across all. It'd be a nightmare. But yeah, that's going to be the benefit that you get if you can successfully negotiate a trade. If you are the loser from the previous year, you can fuck with the winner's name. I just decided that. There you go. Drafting changes. Not much here, really. We're keeping the snake draft. The order will be reverse winners. We are only going to be doing 5 picks this year and 1 counter pick. Now, a smaller draft is going to give us more time for pickups later in the year and hopefully should incentivize more trading because you're going to have a lot more of your roster to fill out throughout the year. The reason we're only going to start with a one counter pick is because I'm expecting the quality of the first 5 for every player to be very high. And since you can't undo a counter pick, I wanted to make sure that we didn't feel the need to pick like 2 of the top 5 from someone else's list. It just seems crazy. Also, because you're going to want to be a lot more choosy about your first 5. And that's because of the rule that I'm most excited for that I came up with. Not trying to say I'm a genius, but I feel pretty good about this rule. To get into this, though, we're going to have to talk about what an Oshi is. An Oshi is a romanization of the Japanese word for push, Oshi. Among streaming communities and VTubers, it is used to refer to a streamer whom a person supports wholeheartedly in a manner greater than others within the particular industry or group. So basically, it's like if you're a huge fan of like a certain K-pop group or of a certain VTuber, that person is your Oshi. That's your main person that you're into, and you want them to be really supportive. You want them to really succeed. That brings us to the stand your Oshi clause. So this is how we're going to incentivize people to play their picks this year. How do we make you feel more attached to your top 5 that you're picking during the snake draft, right? When you're really at the very beginning of the year, we don't know what's coming out. Those games can be dropped because you have so much time. How can I really make you really love those games? Well, number 1, you cannot drop your first 5 picks. This is not something that will be enforced in the league. In fact, nothing about the stand your Oshi clause will be enforced in the league. This is solely going to be under my discretion to enforce. I'll be tracking everyone's top 5 picks, and I'll make sure that you are sticking by this rule. If you drop one of your top 5, if you drop an Oshi and you defect, you will lose the game that you replaced it with. I will delete it from your roster, and you will lose the money that you spent on it. Additionally, games picked during the snake draft must be completed by December 25th. There are no exceptions to this rule. You have to complete your games. Your Oshis must be played by you. Your screenshots of your completed game file will be required to be posted in the Discord by December 25th. If you do not complete an Oshi, the game is deleted from your roster. There are 0 exceptions to this rule. This year, you will be playing your top 5 games that you pick. As you can tell, I'm pretty pleased with myself on this one. I brought all my Oshis here. I hope that you bring your Oshis to the league come 2026. Finally, there will be a prize. I stopped animating the stuff here. I got a little bored of it. This is taking me like an hour and a half to make, so I'm just kind of done. But there will be a prize. I will be creating a plaque for 2025 and mailing it to the winner. I kind of considered doing one of those traveling ones, but we'd have to ship it all over the fucking place. It'd be a nightmare. So each year there will be a bespoke award for the winner, engraved with your name and the year, the name of the league, of course. Probably not the name of your publisher, because I know for sure that Anime Titty Emporium could not be engraved on anything. Several of the other ones are not okay either. So that's the award. And lastly, have fun gaming, guys. Here's to a fun end to 2025. We'll finish it out strong. And maybe, hopefully, we can get Aaron in the league in 2026. I love you.